and thinks like a philosopher. No BS legal takes. Real discipline. Zero ego. You'll get sharp opinions on court rulings, law, enforcement overreach, and how to protect your rights. He teaches you how to control your body, your mind, and your future. Discipline equals freedom. Follow Michael Ehline before he hits 10K. Real content. No filters. Marine. Fighter. Attorney.
Arr.
Follow now.
I love it, man. So that was a History Viper made that for me the other day. I thought you guys would like it. So I don't know how many people are going to join me today, but I'm just having a good time. I was watching this Wes Watson video. Sorry, I've got briefs all over the floor. Not briefs that you wear. I'm a lawyer, so I just got up. I've got a full day ahead of me, but I had to cover this Wes Watson footage. And as you guys can tell, I'm still drinking my coffee. It's still early, and I'm stepping over all these sticky briefs that I have all over the ground. Hold on, let me get myself squared away. Good seeing you, Mr. Osgood. So this morning, I'm not going on my walk. My sciatica flared up again, as usual. So I'm at my standing desk, but I wanted to cover this Wes Watson body cam footage. And if you guys don't know who Wes Watson is, it's a guy who claims, allegedly, this is from what I've heard, that he was a shot caller in prison, I guess in California. And then he became a world famous influencer. And he's a hothead. He always loses it. And this is one of the things I warned you guys about with the Lane Myers case, that when you come off like a hothead, it decreases your chance of winning before a jury, because the jury always thinks the hostile person who's not evenly killed is guilty, because that's the way they've been brought up by the public school system and the college system and everything like that. The statist system. So this morning, we're really quickly going to cover the body cam footage from Johnny Bravo. Now, Johnny Bravo Films. By the way, Johnny, thank you for putting out your caveat that we need to give you credit if we're going to discuss your videos. I also put a link to your bio, Johnny, so people can, in the description, so people can go and like and subscribe to your channel. And I just constantly am culling the internet for things that could potentially help my audience understand the law, because I became a lawyer on the law study program with no law degree or undergrad, and then later got a law degree after I was already a practicing attorney. Again, with no undergrad. I got waived into law school. They waived my first year courses, contracts, torts, and criminal law. And my background is blue collar. I actually helped start the original LA Fitness Health Club in off of Santiago Canyon Road in Knoll Ranch in Anaheim Hills. And I also worked with Ray and Packy Wilson at Family Fitness as one of their top salesmen before it became 24-hour fitness. So I have a background in fitness, judo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, and Muay Thai. And so this is like right up my alley, being a blue collar guy, but I also happen to be a lawyer. So I'm going to do a quick lawyer breakdown, attorney reaction video of what happened to Wes Watson just recently. The guy just can't keep himself out of trouble. And he goes around and starts crap. He drives expensive cars, lives in Florida, likes to smoke cigars, hang out at a bodybuilding gym. And allegedly, he calls people out on Instagram to fight. And he claims that he's 6 foot tall, but a lot of people say that he's 5'8". He's the guy that everybody loves to hate, Wes Watson. So give me a bunch of ones if you know who Wes Watson is, Mr. Osgood, because I think you're going to have a good time. And I'm going to break down what I think the potential civil and criminal liabilities that he faces here. And my understanding is that he's still in jail, that he is on a food strike, and he does not want to go into general population because he claims so many things about his prison creds. And now it's blowing up in his face because a lot of the people in the prisons, I guess, I don't know if they have green lights on them or whatever, but they want to definitely have words with him because of some of the things that he said about being a shot caller and being a tough guy. And so this will just be an example as to why we always want to act with civility and honor and discipline when we have public interactions. So let's start with the Johnny Bravo footage. Let me see if I can find this really quick. But it's pretty hilarious, and I appreciate you joining me so early in the morning, guys. I wasn't even going to get up this morning, but I just had like this, as the Mormons would say, a burning in my bosom to cover the Johnny Bravo footage that where he was able to get the entire body cam of what took place. And then I'll break down, and I may miss a few things because it's still early, but I'll break down the salient points from a civil and criminal perspective as if it was in Texas or California. Again, I'm only licensed to practice law in Texas or California. This is in Florida, so don't take this as legal advice. A lot of you guys watch my show. I like to cover current events. I cover a wide swath of issues from the attacks in Iran and Israel to the Lane Myers case. Anything that I think is a teachable moment where I can help people understand the law so they're not so confused and so they have a better grasp on what they face, whether they're a defendant on a jury or even a judge or a lawyer who wants to get the perspective from we the people. Because I am, above all, I am a man of the people and a man for the people. I'm not a silver spoon guy. I grew up in the construction industry. I got kicked out of school for fighting when I was 16, got a full-time job, and went to a special school at night called Independent Study. And I was on the bus to MEPS to be a U.S. Marine as soon as I graduated at 18 years old. So my background is working from a very young age, moving out of my house when I was 16, and being responsible, and the school of hard knocks. So that's what it's all about for me. And so I think that it puts me in a really special position to be able to teach you guys a thing or two about the law. Hey, good seeing you. I'm glad you guys joined up to you guys joined me today, Ozzy and Michael Dolan. Let me just really quickly, and I have a really busy day today, man. I wasn't even going to do this show, so I do appreciate you guys joining me. It means a lot just to have a couple of people in the chat. Because as you know, I work a lot. I get up at 0 dark 30. Again, I missed my workout this morning because my sciatica is flaring up. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to let you guys down because I probably won't be able to go live tonight. I've got to work all day. I've got several briefs that are due. I've got a lot of hours that I'm behind on as a lawyer. And so I'm going to try to cover as much as I can about the Wes Watson attack video at the gym. And hopefully you guys will have a good time with me. Hey, what's going on, Rami? Good seeing you. Hey, Rami. Hey, before we start, really quick, I want to share with Rami this video. I'm glad you joined me, Rami. I want to show you this AI video. Hold on a second, guys. So this is a dude named History Viper. He created this AI video for me. I posted some stuff on TikTok. I'm sure he probably wants to sell something, but I appreciate it anyways, and I'm going to share it with you because I like History Viper. And Rami, check this out, dude. This is hilarious. Hey, what's up?
No BS legal takes.
Hold on a
Real
minute.
discipline.
I'm glad BZ joined me too, Mr. Shameless
and fair-
Self-Promotion. Hopefully you'll join me more than
Fights like
3
a law-
seconds. Hopefully BZ will join us for more than 3 seconds. Instead of posting a link to his latest show, trying to shamelessly self-promote his channel.
No BS.
And maybe we can get him to learn a thing or two about the law as
Fights
well.
like a law-
So check this out. This is hilarious. This is the best. Let me make sure I got the sound up. This is great. Check it out.
Lawyer and thinks like a philosopher. No beaks. Real discipline. Zero ego. You'll get sharp opinions on court rulings, law, enforcement overreach, and how to protect your rights. He teaches you how to control your body, your mind, and your future. Discipline equals freedom. Follow Michael Ehline before he hits 10K.
Do it now.
Real content. No filters. Marine. Fighter. Attorney. Follow now.
Yeah. Is that the coolest or what? So Rami, can you believe the freaking doggone technology? It's just unbelievable, man. Of course, I'm much better looking in real life, but you know, it is what it is. So what we'll do here is we'll get into the body cam footage now. Let me go ahead and get this squared away so you guys can see it. And again, this is from Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo is a content creator. He's really good. It's some guy named History Viper. Not bad, right? Unfortunately, at the beginning, they had me in an army uniform with I think they call it a combat infantry badge or CIB. And obviously I never served in combat and I was a Marine. So I didn't want to put that part on there, but it's AI, so it doesn't know the difference yet. But man, it's unbelievable, right, Rami? Was that cool or what? I like the way it gave me the ripped stomach. Now that's how I did look about 2 years ago, but since I hurt my back, I've really been eating garbage food. I'm starting to look like BZ, man. I got to get back in shape. So I'm really going back on the high protein diet. So let's go ahead and watch the body cam footage, and I'm going to try to, Johnny Bravo, man. Make sure to like and subscribe to Johnny Bravo's channel. Let's go ahead and check out some of this footage. And hopefully you guys know who Wes Watson is, but if you don't know, you're going to learn real quick. Here we go.
Because he talks about with the officer how he's going to get teased online about his height. But in the meantime, watch this and let me know what you find interesting after you see exactly what happened.
Who called police?
You call police? It kind of reminds me of the Jerky Boys, right? And by the way, Johnny Bravo, hello. I see your warning at the bottom. Any use of this video footage without crediting Johnny Bravo is going to result in a copyright strike. So Johnny, look, first of all, brother, I got to tell you something. Besides BZ Watchdog, you're the only guy I know who really goes after the task to get body cam footage. And I absolutely agree that you deserve credit where credit is due. So everybody, please make sure to like and subscribe to Johnny Bravo's channel. I put a link to his video at the bottom, and I want to keep working with Johnny Bravo, hopefully, because having a background as a warrior and a bodybuilder, I have a special warm place in my heart for people like Johnny, because I do believe that discipline equals freedom, that we need to stay in shape, and that when we get out of shape, we need to tell our brothers, hey, man, you look like shit. Get in shape. Start working out, bro. Because exercise, especially building your legs, is really, really important. It's proven that strong legs, people who do leg exercises, live longer scientifically. So it's all about being, what do they call that? Well-rounded, having a aesthetic physique, staying hot for the chicks, even if you're married, so your wife gets jealous at least when you go out. Don't get that dad bod, guys, even if you got 20 kids. Let's go, Johnny.
Excuse me.
Thank you, Robbie.
Back when I was trying to fight, I was squatting. He was a big kind similar. Went over, he said that. He said, "What's up? You want to fight?" I said, "So walk away." I told him walk away.
Did he hear? Did he leave?
I think he's in the bathroom. He got pretty fucked up. I told him walk away. I don't want to fight. This happens to me a lot here because I have like a name, and then so they come here and they try to fight me.
So first of all, I don't know if you see the female cop, but this is the reason why Chili DeCastro is really down. He calls them pigtails on female police, because do you really think that she would have a chance if she got into an altercation with this dude? Of course not. She doesn't have the physical strength. So there have been some studies done that female officers are more likely to use a firearm when they're in an altercation with a suspect than a male. So that's just another study that you need to look at, you law enforcement agencies who are into this diversity, equity, and inclusion thing, because common sense tells you that the weakest man is usually stronger than many of the strongest women. So let's go ahead and get into really quickly the background. So Wes Watson is one of these crazy content creator guys. Allegedly, he's worth $20 million. He became an influencer. And his claim to fame is, I guess, that he did 10 years in prison, and that's, I guess, a point of pride for him. And he just goes around and talks a lot of crap to people, gets violent, very, very loud. It kind of reminded me of Lane Myers with respect to not being civil, and why I think that Lane got into a lot of trouble in court. And so this is a teachable moment for you guys to always be civil. And also, so here's what happened. Apparently, he challenges people to fights, to meet them over at his gym on Instagram, and then to fight. And so this is a case where he's just blah, 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 and not exercising the Fifth Amendment, not exercising his right to remain silent, and basically convicting himself on body cam footage. Hopefully you guys can hear what he's saying. I've got it turned all the way up.
I don't want to press charges. I don't want no problems in the gym. I want people to stop doing it. I I don't press charges. I don't do shit like that.
You said he's in the back? Miami police, come out.
Come out.
You need rescue?
So what?
You need fire rescue? You need it. I don't think you can drive like that. They're en route already. You want to wait outside for them?
So background. So this dude, the black dude over here that they've got his face blotted out, that Johnny blotted out, I guess, his face. This dude is a little over 7 feet tall, and people always kind of crank on Wes because he says he's 6 foot, but apparently he's a lot shorter, and he's obvious. So this guy takes roid rage to a whole new level, right? I mean, I think he's at the level of like Anadrol 50 rage, the Wes Watson guy. And so this guy shows up at the gym because he thinks that Wes Watson wants to challenge him, sets up his iPhone on a bench so he can record the altercation that he's getting ready to have with Wes Watson. And then he goes over to fight Wes one-on-one. And then, of course, here, you're going to see what happens. Pretty tall guy. He looks like he works out. I wouldn't want to hang with this guy.
There's no roof anywhere? So, what's the plan right now?
We took to the hospital.
Okay, they're coming right now, but what's going on between you and him?
No, I came up to him and he said he wanted to fight me. So I came to the gym and they jumped me. Like two of the guys they're hitting me with a weight, and then he hit with a weighted belt. And they were pulling my hair and they were beating me up.
Okay, before we get anywhere, did you physically make contact with him, or did he?
No, I didn't do it.
Are you sure? Because there's cameras and everything.
They literally attacked me. They hit me first.
2 other guys?
I was 3 or 4 of them.
3 or 4 of them?
Yeah.
They just randomly attack you for no reason? They just went
No,
up
he
to you?
said he wanted to fight me.
When? Today?
Was it verbal, over text?
It was through Instagram.
Okay, so
Instagram.
Fight him or no?
That's what I came here for. It was a one-on-one, to be like a one-on-one, but they jumped me.
Okay.
So he's saying he got called out on Instagram to fight Wes Watson. And so he knew where Wes Watson was going to be. He shows up to fight him one-on-one, and he says he got jumped. Okay, so obviously, if it's a mutual combat situation, in California at least, both parties neither one of the parties get charged because under the law, it's basically like recreational immunity under the civil statute, and under the criminal statute, they call it mutual combat, where you both assume the risk of fighting. So the exception to that is if you exceed the risk. For example, if you bring a shotgun to a boxing match, well, that's not a risk that you assume by getting into a boxing match. So this guy shows up to fight Wes Watson, to have a one-on-one, just like if I was to challenge someone to a one-on-one match. And for whatever reason, when we were kids, I used to street fight all the time, and that's what we would do to get the chicks. But here, I think it's more to try to get clout on the internet, try to get more followers or subscribers. And maybe that's how Wes Watson became famous. I just recently started watching some of his videos. So this is a little old. I think it's like a month old. But for you guys on my channel, you probably don't know who Wes is because you're more into the government accountability stuff. But I thought this would be a really good thing for you to watch so you can get an understanding of how mutual combat works and voluntary assumption of the risk works when you're in some kind of a physical altercation. Let's go.
And then let's say we verify everything. Do you want to press charges, or
Hey, Lenny.
We spoke to him. We got his side of the story. He said he doesn't want to press charges or anything.
Can we go out here to talk people
Yeah.
No.
What he was thinking was
Yeah, he messaged me and I said, they messaged me talking shit. And the guy just, he was like, "Fuck him." He's like, it was on my DM on Instagram. I don't know who he is. I blocked him after I did it. It happens 1,000 times a day.
Because what he said was that you guys said we're gonna fight.
No, They did. The other guy did that. I don't have. The other guy said that.
So keep in mind that the police have the right to lie to you in the course and scope of an investigation, so they can get a conviction against you to get the prosecutor to bring charges. Remember that the police, their job, municipal police, their job is to raise revenue. That's it. And the prison industrial complex benefits from keeping people in prison. It creates more government jobs. And of course, we know that government employees typically vote for whoever is going to give them more money and bigger pension, et cetera, et cetera. So it's, in my opinion, it's kind of a racket, but they're basically setting this guy up. And he should know, after having done 10 years in prison, allegedly, that you don't talk to the police ever. You exercise your right to remain silent. But this guy is just such a loudmouth. He can't help himself. He's basically digging his own grave. Let's keep listening. He's already admitted that he was in a DM with this guy that showed up, and this guy was coming there to fight him. So he's already basically laying a foundation for the police that he's a violent guy and that somebody was coming to fight him. So obviously, if he thought someone was coming to fight him, you'd think you'd want to call the police, right? But no. Let's listen to what he's got to say.
It was probably like a back and forth, and then you probably told you know where I'm at, and meaning the gym, and that's what probably he seemed like, okay, we're gonna meet up. And
this is the thing. The other cop was here when it happened before. It happens here once or twice a week.
Did they try?
That everyone tries to fight me here because a guy who works here filmed talking shit to me and said I pushed out and didn't fight him because I don't want to fight. Okay. So now they come here all the time trying to fight me. The other cop was here last time it happened. I talked him out of it. I said, I don't want to fight. I told this guy I don't want to fight.
Here. He paid a $40 day pass to come here.
I told the guy I don't want to fight, and he kept trying to fight me. There's no words other than this. He told me that's fine, and I said I don't want to, and he pushed me.
Okay, so what did the other two guys have to do with it?
They said stop. Like, we don't want to fight. We don't want a problem. The guy came over and fought me. It's clear as day. Well, I'm sitting over there.
He was on the bike right here, waiting, and then he walked over.
Would it have happened if he didn't come over to fight me? No.
He put his phone down. The guy put his phone down right here at the machine at the base of the floor, and then walked.
They want to get famous off fighting because everyone fights influencers. I'm famous. I don't want to fight anybody. I don't. But when they antagonize you, someone kept telling me, Britt, fuck you, Britt, fuck you, fuck you.
So he's saying, I don't want to fight. I don't want to fight. But we know that he eggs people on. So he's basically, by giving these statements, now the prosecutor has the ability to go back and look at all of his other videos where he eggs people on and puts himself into a position where he has to fight, right? And he obviously, I mean, the guy, to me, he doesn't look like he's natty in the bodybuilding community. That's called, he doesn't look like he's natural. He looks like he's taken the gear. And I mean, come on, guys. And so he's got his cadre there. You can tell who his friends are. They all have their faces tatted out and stuff. And probably part of the same crew. They probably worship the guy. And we're going to talk a little bit about civil and criminal conspiracy and how they're probably all going to end up going to jail too, unless they have really good lawyers. Let's keep listening.
I want to fight. You get you, then do it. Get sick of it, you know. But I don't say, hey, let's film it. Let's have a scrimmage or some shit.
I don't know if I can take over. I was sitting on the machine here. The other dude, I didn't see what happened when he got over there. I saw him on the bike here, so if you look at the video, you'll see him on the bike here. If you're training on a bike, you're going to adjust it to your bike. Because they sit really low, but he's looking straight ahead. So I was wondering, because I was sitting right here, I probably just sit on the bike like that. You just kind of like staring at it. It wouldn't think in 2 seconds that you're staring at that.
It's self-defense. Let's leave it at that. I don't fight. I got love for you guys.
Right. So, and then you said before he approached you, did he set his phone down and record it?
He set his phone down right here to film it.
Where are you trying to go viral?
So the guy literally is admitting that there's evidence of the fight and that the guy that he allegedly attacked has the evidence. So why would anybody do that, right? Why would anybody do that? Let's keep watching.
Hear me out, bro. I don't know you. I don't know him. So at the end of the day, hear me out.
We're just trying to get the story and what happened.
So here we go with the cop. Here's the deal. I'm totally with you. I agree. Tell me a little bit more information so you can convict yourself, Wes. Okay, let me tell you what a dick I am and how I'm a scumbag and I'm an ex-con and that you have every reason in the world to arrest me. God, listen to this guy.
Respect for you guys. I'm just pumped up. I don't like fighting.
I don't be pumped up too, but hear me out. The issue is that he's saying that he got drunk. That was his.
No.
But hear me out, bro. I don't know, right?
Hey man, if I get hit by this guy, I'm gonna think how many was it too. Like you sure it was one guy?
I got you, but hear me out, bro. Right? We have video that shows. So if it's just a
So this guy here, I think he's the gym manager. And if I was the gym manager, I would not say anything either, because now he's probably, if he has malpractice insurance or some kind of insurance for liability at this gym, he's probably going to lose it after this. I mean, basically, we have this guy admitting and confessing and helping the police get a conviction, not only against Wes, but against him. So this is another reason why you guys need to learn the law before you open up your traps.
I got you. That's a different story. Okay, but we do have, the cameras are good. So what we're doing on our end, we have to do an investigation. I can't just be like, all right, cool, take your word for it. It is what it is. So I'm taking your statement, I'm taking his.
When something like that happens, nobody knows what's happening. It's like, oh my God, what's going on? You know how it is.
Right, but it's on camera. It's clear on camera.
If someone tried to fight you, he's going to help.
No, it is what it is. I get it. Just give us a minute. Let it finish.
It's not us going and attacking a man. It's a man attacking us.
Right. I get it.
7 feet tall.
I get it.
You don't have the messages that you say.
I'm famous. I get 90 million messages a day of people saying the same thing.
There, here we go. I got you. Great. Unfortunately, we're not here for 90 other people. We're here for this one, right?
Yeah.
So we got caught.
I'm just saying I don't have the messages because they harass me and I block them right away.
No, they
I block them right away. I block them.
Instagram, when you block.
So he's saying he blocked the guy on Instagram right away after he allegedly threatened Wes on the Instagram channel. So he doesn't have any evidence, right? So this is going to be important later on because what he tells the police is a lot different than what the alleged victim is going to have to say when he shows the police the actual communication between him and Wes on Instagram. So it just gets better and better.
Somebody, it deletes the whole chat. It asks you, do you want to delete the chat? You say yes, and then it's gone.
I bet you someone is messaging me right now telling me they want to whoop my ass. Watch. All day long.
We have a Reddit page where a whole group, 5,000 community, that just film our story posts and make fun of us online and terrorize us, essentially. Trying to smudge our name because of what we're doing.
Look at this, some person writing me, you're a fucking joke piece of shit clown. I get 90 million of these a day. Look at it.
Oh, you guys are fighters?
Shut the fuck up. Like, it's all day long.
You guys are fighters or what?
No, I'm a fitness guy.
Where you are or what?
No, they see the gym. They see the gym we're at.
He's a mindset coach. He helps people transition their lives from bad tendencies to better tendencies. And people just don't appreciate because he's an ex-convict and they don't think that he should be able to be on a righteous path and that change his life.
Righteous
But
path.
we get a lot of spewing hate from all over the world, all over the United States.
So guys, if you've ever seen any of this guy's videos, he's definitely not on a righteous path. His claim to fame, according to him, is that he's an ex-con and that he works out all the time and that he's successful and he drives expensive cars. He's super obnoxious, constantly bombs other people. I mean, it's the guy. I mean, for this guy to say righteous path, I mean, righteous by the terms of Lucifer, maybe? I don't know.
Cop was here the other day when a guy tried to fight me, and I said, I don't want to fight, and they just let it go. It happens all the time.
Yeah, but we talk about it today.
I know, but I'm just saying, well, you were just talking about a message that I said. So I'm talking about a real incident where someone tried to fight me here, and I said, I want to fight.
I got you.
I just want to go home, bro.
That's fine. Remember, everything's
I feel sick.
Mindset.
If I arrest you?
What do you do? No. It's just when you get pumped up.
Okay,
We just doing our internal.
we gotta cover it. This is see what we need to do. What we need to do. Right? It's all.
Just when you get pumped up. I mean, come on, man. I mean, so let me tell you a little bit about anabolics, okay? And I'm not in any way, shape, or form saying that he for sure is on anabolics, but let me tell you a symptom of too much anabolics is that when you raise your testosterone levels, well, it shuts down your negative feedback loop, number one, which means your body stops producing testosterone. But what it also does is whenever your testosterone levels go up, your estrogen levels go up as well. And that's why a lot of bodybuilders will take something like Nolvadex, or there's another one, I can't remember the name, it's been a while, but the bottom line is you have to find a way to decrease their estrogen levels, because what happens is people call it roid rage, and they attribute it to testosterone, that it's like the male hormone that makes them rage. But no, it's the female hormone. Kind of like you men who have had wives who went through perimenopause or menopause, that kind of thing, or when a woman is on her period, when those estrogen levels are high, they get whiny, they get moany and bitchy. And so he has the classic symptoms of someone who has a high level of estrogen. So let's keep listening.
I got respect for all you guys here at the gym.
We appreciate you cooperating with us. It's just that this is.
Here for you guys.
No, we appreciate you. You could have left. But what I'm telling you is, since he has injuries, we can't just be like, have a great day.
And I have injuries, but I'm not a bitch. I injured my hand.
What injuries do you have?
I'm just not a bitch. I don't even care. Like, I injured my hand.
You said you wanted to fight.
Okay.
All right, so here's the alleged victim.
And what, you guys get in an argument in the gym or what?
Yeah, we got some argument. He was trying to hit me with the belt, and one guy came up behind me was trying to hit me with the dumbbell. And I was like, what the hell? Like, you trying to hit me with a weight? I was like, yo, it's a 1-on-1.
So what he's saying is he showed up at the gym to have a one-on-one with Wes. He's going to film it. Probably he wanted to get some credibility on Instagram to build his channel by a 7-foot dude fighting Wes, right? And so all of Wes's buddies, basically, he's saying rat packed him, and they're hitting him with, I guess, dumbbells and smacking him with a weighted lifting belt, maybe with a chain on it, right? Something like that. If you guys work out, you know what I'm talking about. Let's just listen to this guy. This is really something.
And then that's when he hit me with a belt, and then he called me a dick. And then that's why I was like, yo, you called me a dick. And then that's when we started fighting.
Okay, did he hit you with a belt?
So you have the text messages where he wrote to you, oh, let's come over here, fight and stuff. Can we see that?
So this is great. Check this out. I mean, the guy's obviously ratting out Wes. That's not something you would do if you were a true homie,
Yeah,
right?
Rusty's already en route. They're en route. You feel bad? Do you feel lightheaded?
Oh, this is my face. Really
If you
That's
want,
right,
I don't know you
Lenny.
want to sit down so you don't pass out or anything. Okay.
This is the text that
Let's see if we can read it. It's kind of blurred out, but it's trying to see if people, they don't even like this broke ass. So that's what he does. He says, pull up. So he's basically saying, you're a broke ass MFer. You're a nobody. Pull up. So he's egging the guy on to come and fight him. So it's a complete lie if this is true, right? So giving false information to a police officer in the course of an investigation probably could get charged with that in California, right? So Wes deleted his evidence, but this guy kept it. And so when Wes admitted that it was all done over a DM, it gave the opportunity for the police to further their investigation, to put those silver handcuffs on Wes. And so Wes's story that the guy, everybody just challenges him to fights, is totally different than what apparently this text message says. Let's see if we can get a better look at it.
I'm in place.
It says weekdays and weekends, all the gym people, they don't even know what this is all about or whatever. Broke ass MFer, pull up. So in like gangland terms or whatever, that means, come on, let's fight. Okay. So the guy says, okay, I'm going to go fight you then. He shows up at the gym because that's apparently what this text message says to do. So the guy shows up to fight Wes.
Yeah.
Weirdos wishing people they don't even know shit like this. Okay. So he's basically saying, come on, pull up on me anytime. And at the very top, it says time and place. At the very top, it looks like it says pull up. And then it says, and then the 7-foot guy says time and place. And so it obviously it contradicts and varies what Wes says. So obviously this gives the police more ammunition to try and get an arrest against Wes.
Okay, but can we see it
Brandon?
coming from him?
Yeah, it's
So what made you guys start fighting though? Because I see you wrote to him initially, so You guys
So assumes facts, not an evidence. Again, she's assuming a fact. What made you guys start fighting? Because she's trying to find out if this guy actually started fighting with Wes, because if it is mutual combat, they have no basis to effectuate an arrest. So this is just part of basic police investigative tactics. That's why you remain silent. But in this case, this guy's sitting on potentially a boatload of money, probably not from Wes, because what I've heard is Wes really doesn't have a lot of money anymore. And he's really, really doing whatever he can to get influence, but against the insurance policy of the gym, perhaps. Now, there is a caveat, at least in California and Texas, and I assume it would apply to Florida, that if it's an intentional tort, public policy prohibits insurance companies to pay for that. In other words, if Mike Tyson bought an insurance policy just so he could go and beat people up because he knew insurance would cover it, well, that goes against public policy. So there is a probability, unless the victim here, the alleged victim, can argue that the gym owner and that the gym itself negligently allowed their gym to be a place where there could be fights conducted, where people would be rat packed. And if that's the case, there might be a case. And allegation could also be made that Wes is potentially a partner or a manager or employee, and therefore he was under the control of the manager of the gym. So that's what I would argue as a personal injury attorney. Let's keep going.
are beefing about something. What is it? That's him?
Yeah, he calls people out to fight all the time. Like he's
sorry, with the gloves. Okay.
He antagonizes people to fight them.
And so it was him, and you said two other dudes?
Yeah, 3 other guys were with him. I don't know if they also jumped in because like he was pulling my hair, like my head was down, so I couldn't see like who was hitting me. But it was one other guy that had a dumbbell and he had a weighted belt. And he swung it at me and he hit me with it.
Okay.
Can we walk to the fire station or something?
No, look.
You can hear them. They're almost. The station's right here.
Are you pursuing charges on the person that hit you from the back, on him, on like?
All of them. Whoever jumped in, because that's wrong. You're gonna jump. It's 4 guys versus 1 guy. Like that.
Now, so here's a problem with the whole street credibility thing. So this guy who was trying to get fame by going to fight Wes, by him basically ratting out these other guys, he's going to lose street credibility because that's part of this culture, right? The fight culture is you don't rat people out. Now, in his defense, he's saying, look, I do want to press charges against the people who rat packed me because my understanding is that this gym is being used for a place of mutual combat, not a place where you get rat packed. So in a way, he's kind of right. But in jail, it probably won't go over. You're supposed to not rat people out. You handle your business in a different way. Give me a bunch of ones if you guys know what I'm talking about. If you've ever been to jail, the last thing you want to do is have a reputation for being a snitch, right? Let's keep listening.
That's ridiculous. You're using weapons. Like, what the hell?
So your plan initially, you were fine on fighting him mutually one-on-one, but not a bunch of group of people. Okay.
My name?
Yes, sir.
Wes Watson.
Wes, Officer Britt, bro. Look, man, I get it. He came
More
out of nowhere to fight.
missions.
We don't know.
Hear me out.
We're pumped up yet.
Hear me out.
I'm
Relax.
pumped up too, I'm sorry.
All right, let's unpump for a second. Relax, I got you. So look, man, I understand that what he did, you have witnesses, he came to get you. I get it. He wanted to be famous, whatever the fuck it was. It doesn't justify his actions, right? I don't believe anything's gonna go the route of anybody getting charged, right? Because at the end of the day, you both fight. Now, just for future reference, so you know, okay, legally, hear me out. I'm talking legalities, because if we get into a fight, let's say God forbid we get into a fight with somebody here, right? Or a shooting or something, we need to know when to stop.
I've been
Hear me out. I got you, and I'm not, but I'm explaining to you how the rules.
I don't know if he's gonna pull out.
Sir, hear me out, Bubba, hear me out. We can't do the what ifs. And
I got cut in my face.
Sir, hear me out. I got you. But I'm telling you the legalities in the state of Florida, how it works, right?
Okay, cool.
So, when he's done on the floor, he's done on the floor, bro. He's no longer a threat until the moment he gets back up and he's ready in a fighting stance to continue, right? So when you did the additional kicks, the additional blows, whatever, that's excessive, okay?
I was just saying.
I get you. But hear me out. Right. So, Pablo, you gotta hear me out. I get that you're on I get all that shit. But remember, it's like us. There's rules, bro. You're allowed to stop the threat. The second guy that got in, I got it. It was to stop the guy. because he went to attack you all day. The moment he's on the floor, the additional blows, the additional kicks, I got you.
I don't ever want this to happen again.
I got you, Bubba.
Okay, and the same thing applies with law enforcement officers. What the cop is trying to do is get an admission that once the guy was on the floor, that the threat had been eliminated. And because of that, he's eliciting confessions that Wes and his friends exceeded the legal use of force, because you do have a right to act in self-defense. And the police know this full well because they get sued all the time, because I've done it, for exceeding the acceptable use of force to make an arrest. And it's no different for a private citizen. And in this case, what Wes is really doing is he's basically admitting, yeah, I kicked the guy, or I tried to kick him when he was on the floor. So that would be an assault, right? Not a battery. If you don't make contact, it's an assault, right? So it's the impending, because this is a criminal and civil situation, I'll just try to combine it. It's basically the anticipation or the feeling, not necessarily feeling, but the observation that you're going to be struck. Now, whether or not the guy on the floor all covered up would know that, Wes is basically admitting that I tried to assault the guy, but I didn't make contact with the guy or whatever. And we're going to find out from the webcam and the cameras in the gym whether or not that's true. But what the cop is really doing is he's getting a confession or trying to get a confession that Wes continued to attack the guy along with his friends, who acted in what I would say is a conspiracy to attack this guy. And so a conspiracy is basically an agreement between two or more parties coupled with an act in furtherance. So you can't just make an agreement. You have to do something in furtherance of the conspiracy. And in this case, obviously attacking this guy and continuing to attack him would be an act in furtherance, making them all jointly and severally liable for the attack, including the gym owner's insurance. This 7-foot-tall black dude is probably sitting on, I'll say it a different way this time, Rami, a truckload of money. How's that? Let's keep watching.
I got you, but I'm telling you, if it does happen, because you're famous and you have these people that are doing this shit, when it's done, bro. When they're on the ground and you see her not moving, hey, bro, are you okay? Then you switch. Hey, hear me out, Bubba, hear me out. I got you. Now, if he wants to press charges, if he wants to, he will go to jail too, because he came up to you to go to the thing. He's not gonna go that. I highly doubt that he's gonna go that route. But I'm explaining to you so you understand.
I totally understand.
You know,
I like that. I know the rules.
Of course. So the rules are, if he's gonna come mess you up, you have the right to defend yourself all day. But once the threat is done, it's like us, bro. If somebody fights me and I punch him and he's on the ground done, I can't continue to hit him because I lose my job.
But now in the spur of adrenaline rush,
negative.
No, hear me out. Hear me out. He came up, pushed twice. He reacted.
Okay.
The guy didn't feel backed off by that. He continued.
Okay.
So even on the ground, he's 7 foot tall.
Sir.
Who knows how big the guy is?
Sir, you're not hearing me, man. I get you trying to defend him all day. I got you.
So although the gym owner, I'm assuming he's the gym owner, is trying to help, what they're trying to now do is backtrack and say, look, he's a big guy. Even if he didn't swing on us, even if he was on the ground and we were attacking him, he was still a threat. Now, my argument would have been he reached for his waistband. I thought he had a weapon. I had to make sure that he was totally incapacitated because he might have drawn on me. So obviously Wes is like scrambling to come up with ideas to get out of this. So let's keep on listening and see what he ultimately says, which I don't think is going to pass legal muster in his defense. Let's keep going.
Give me 1 second, bro. Legalities. Because video, remember, everything's perception, bubble. You can tell him, oh no, he did it like this. The video shows everything, bro. So whatever you say is irrelevant, right? We go by legalities. Everything's on camera, everything's recorded. What I'm telling him, and I'll tell you the same thing, if the threat is on the ground not moving, you stop. Because they're going to go, oh wait, because now God forbid he gets a brain bleed, dies, whatever, that goes on him. Hey, bro, you should have stopped. I'm just telling you so you know, bro. You know.
Remember, the threat is to defend yourself, and this.
The moment the threat is over, it's over. If somebody's shooting at
I should have just dipped right then and been like, hey,
not dipped, but you're gonna be like, hey, call fire rescue and stand back.
Yeah, okay.
You know, if he comes at you again, fuck it. It is what it is. But like, God forbid I get into a shooting, they're shooting at me, and I shoot, and the threat's down. I can't go and shoot him more. I lose my job. I go to jail.
What's up, 100?
He punches me in the face, and I go and I keep on hitting him while he's down. I lose my. How many officers have been arrested and lost their job?
Yeah, it just hasn't happened to me in a long time. So
no, you're good. I just want you to know because.
No, I told you.
If the guy's filming, you can erase that. Why?
Hear me out, bro. Hear me out. I cannot.
Can you erase that?
I can't take his phone and be like, no, erase that, right? It is what it is.
So he's encouraging the police officer to delete and erase evidence, and it's on a body cam. I mean, guys, these guys need a serious course in basic law, because you definitely never ask a cop to delete evidence. They do that on their own when they're trying to protect themselves, right?
No, sir, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not getting involved in that. I'm gonna tell you something. The max we can do as police officers be like, hey, they don't want your record stand out because this is a private business. But I can't tell him to delete what you're recording. That's he has rights on his phone. You got me? Everything's legalities, bro. If he wants to delete, that's on him, but I'm not gonna ask him to do that, bro. Okay? Give us a second. All right? I just want to fill you in so you know, because you say you get a lot of threats, bro. That's it. Just so you know, you are allowed to defend yourself if they come at you, or call the police, hey, and then you defend yourself. But once it's done, I get it. I get it. So you don't get jammed up, bro. So you know, and it's shit that you can't avoid. They want to come and get famous, you know?
Fuck, I'd rather defend myself than be a victim.
But just so you guys know, and you're good, because when you go to court, they're just gonna look at that video, and it doesn't. You can defend as much as you want, adrenaline, whatever. They'll be like, okay, well, you have to know when to stop, you know. So, all right, talk to you. Okay. Yeah, hey, just give it a second. They're running it through the detectives just to make sure everything's good, and that's it, man. All right.
Well, spoliation of evidence is a little bit different, guys. It used to be a tort, but I believe that the U.S. Supreme Court, or at least in California, it was struck down. And basically what it had to do with is if I request that you provide something in discovery and then it gets destroyed, that I can then sue you for spoliating that evidence for tort liability. And I believe that tort was eliminated. And now basically you can seek terminating what they call doomsday sanctions for the other party destroying evidence that could be exculpatory in your favor. So a little bit different, but you're on the right track, man. Let's keep going.
Yeah, let's go. Sir, what's up, man? What's your name? What's your name?
Nick.
Nick. Oh, I'm Nick too. How you doing, man? Officer Break. So
let me be your friend while I put you in
helping
prison.
your buddy out. Just so you know, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, boy.
Just so you know, I don't think this is going to go anywhere. So basically, he's telling the guy, "Don't worry about it. Everything's going to be fine as I gather evidence, so I can throw you in prison for the rest of your life." And this guy's like, duh, okay. Well, in that case, let me admit and confess and help you get a conviction against me. Let's keep listening.
And I understand why in the video shows that you were helping him out with the fight and all that.
I was
You were helping him out.
Dude, and I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't contact him.
Well, on the video, it looks like you did contact. I'm just telling you how the video shows, bro. Okay, so like I was telling the other individual, I don't think he's gonna go anywhere, bro. I get it. That guy came to.
So the cops were outside watching the video, so they already knew who the suspects were. They saw these guys beating the crap out of the 7-foot-tall black dude. And now they're just basically questioning them to hopefully get a confession that they did make contact with him so they can charge him with assault and battery, possibly a criminal conspiracy as well. So it's really interesting. And remember, guys, the police have the right to lie to you. So, I don't think this is going to go anywhere. That's just all a put on to try to drop their guard. So these guys will think nothing's going to happen to them. So they'll be friendly and more open to talking about the crimes that they committed. Here we go.
Fight them and you back them up and whatever.
It was just, I guess it was instinct because it was like he approached 4 people.
Yeah, I got you. I did. So you helped him out and you stopped. When he was on the floor, you didn't go and continue to kick him. So I don't think it's going to go anything on you. I just want to let you know that right now we need you to hold because the detectives are investigating because he did get a little banged up. I understand it was on him. He started it, but we need to cover all bases just to make sure. Because God forbid he has a brain bleed or something, we need to cover all the bases. That's it. Okay?
So you say you need me to stay?
Yes, sir.
But did he start it? I mean, he was basically egged on to come there to fight Wes, and then he shows up and he gets rat packed. I don't think that he assumed that risk, guys. What do you think?
If you don't mind. All right, man. Thank you.
So, bro, you gotta say he was here last time when I was like, hey, like I don't even.
And you asked me this question about what if you gave me the scenario and everything. And
So hold on. So he's basically admitting now, well, this other cop was here last time when the same kind of thing happened. And he let me off. So you should let me off again. So, I mean, this guy has a pattern in practice of engaging this type of behavior. So he's definitely in the radar of law enforcement. And you guys know that a lot of police just don't like guys like this in general. And they want to lock him up because he is, to them, a hothead and a loose cannon. So obviously they're going to do everything they can to try to get a conviction because now they get to brag when they're at the donut shop to all their fellow cops. Hey, look, I'm the guy who put the collar on Wes Watson. Now I might get promoted to sergeant or lieutenant, or maybe someday I'll get to run for local politics, or maybe I'll get a law degree and then become a prosecutor, because my claim to fame is putting away Wes Watson, the influencer. Maybe I'll get some street credibility with the local cops and the prosecutors, right?
I told you too, you got to be careful with excessive.
Yeah, but I didn't talk to you last time. You talked to the other guy.
It was me and Cal when we were talking to you.
I didn't talk to cops last time. When that guy came in trying to fight me, I didn't talk to any cops.
Yeah, you did. And then you guys squashed the beef. We were there, me, Cal, and it was like a Russian or Ukrainian.
No. It was a tall black dude last time.
No, this is I guess a previous time. I guess we've been here multiple times. Some guy had a beef with your cameraman or something, and
I don't know. I don't remember that time.
All right, so.
Dude, yeah, but dude, what am I supposed to do, bro? I mean, dude, you get pumped up. Dude, you know, we don't know what to
I know. The other guys and.
The self-defense clear as day. Like, I didn't try to fight the guy.
To a point. I get what you're saying, but again, there's...
So there is also a potential defense when you are pumped up, right? That you were not in the right state of mind. And so you could argue that. But in this case, the totality of the circumstances show, based on the admissions and confessions of future defendant Wes over here, that he basically challenges people to come to the gym and fight him. And we even have the same cop who showed up at another altercation, apparently with a Ukrainian or a Russian dude, where a similar thing happened. So there's a pattern in practice that's already been established by the police that this guy challenges people to come and fight at this gym. Here we go.
There's a point where that fight ends, the fine line where that fight was over.
What are we going to do then?
So this is what we're going to do. For now, I'm going to get your information. The male is back and forth. At first he was telling me, he thinks he got jumped. I told him, okay, let me review the video. He thought somebody hit him with a weight and all this. I said, he said he would want to press charges if on the people that jumped him. He said between you and him, it was a 1v1, and he thought you got jumped. So I told him I'll see the video and then we'll go from there. But now he's like,
tell him to talk out of it and be like, dude, Wes would be friends with you. I would be friends with
let's be friends.
I don't want problems. Like, I've been telling her, like, her ex, like, talks shit about me online. I'm like, I'd be friends with the guy. I don't want, like, issues with nobody. Like,
so apparently that's his girlfriend or his wife, and he's had problems with her ex. So he's admitting that he's got problems with a lot of people. So he's telling the cops this for no reason. It does not help him, guys.
I'd be friends with everybody in here. I don't want no problem.
Yeah, so right now he's getting transported to the hospital. So a lot of this is dependent on his injury.
So I don't want no problems. Well, we just saw the Instagram message where he said, pull up. So he's basically egging the guy on to come and fight him. So the police already know this, and they're just looking at this guy like going, I got a caller. We got a potential conviction here. They're happy. They're finally going to be able to put this guy away.
If they're not major. And then if he, in the end of the day, I might still document this, whether it's criminal or not, that's different. But if he has no serious injuries, it might be, referred to the state, and he'd have to go to the state attorney and figure out from there, okay? So from now, I'm going to get your information, and then I'll give you case cards, and then we'll go from there, okay?
Hillary Clinton kills.
They didn't, though. There was only one guy that I don't know who, the one that kicked him when he was on. That was the manager that kicked him. Like when he was on the ground and. Yeah, I know. But that didn't like change
Here's my idea. I don't have
the direction of the fight. You know what I'm saying? Because
yeah, next time I'm gonna kill a motherfucker. No. Straight up, because I'm sick of this shit. Like me defending myself, even have to.
So now he's saying next time this guy shows up or somebody shows up, I'm going to kill them. So it shows a propensity for violence. So this is all evidence that will be shown to the jury. I mean, if I'm on the jury, I'm probably going to convict this dude just based on the admissions and confessions from the body cam. He basically just put himself back in prison, guys.
You can sit here right now You know how pissed off I am that I get attacked in the fucking gym and this is fucking happening? Like, I'm pissed.
What's your...
I got respect for you guys, but fuck that. You guys saw a motherfucker attack me, and I'm sitting here like I'm in fucking trouble. I'm leaving.
You're fine. Don't worry. We get it.
I know, but god damn it, dude. I just was trying to fucking work out.
We understand.
I know, but fuck that.
What's your...
I don't even care anymore. I've been to prison.
What's your
I
phone
did
number?
10 years. I know.
So he's admitting that he's a felon and that he's been to prison. I mean, if I was a cop, I would be like, man, this guy just basically helped my career. I'm getting a promotion. I'm getting overtime to go to court. I'm going to look so good with the prosecutor and the judge. Man, my career is set for the rest of my life. I'm so glad I showed up for this call.
Straight up, dude.
Of course, just a bunch of swear words. So he's got real problems, Lenny. His face is all purple. Looks like his blood vessels
Not
are
no
going to pop out
disrespect
of
to you
his
guys.
head.
It's a fucking bullshit situation. You guys should be like, nah, f that. That guy was sitting in the fucking corner, minding his business, and some 7-foot dude tried to fight him. He got his shit handed to him. F that bitch. I know, but I don't give a f about the line.
So he basically, by saying he got his shit handed to him, he's admitting the guy got the crap beat out of him, that he got rat packed. So we've got enough evidence right now from the admissions and confessions of the defendant that they could make the arrest right now if they wanted to. And for whatever reason, I don't know why they don't, but they don't. But I'm pretty sure he's in jail now. And although he was offered bail, I still think he's in there. If anybody has any updates on this, please let me know. This story's got legs, so I'll keep covering it. I'll keep watching Johnny Bravo. By the way, guys, give me a bunch of ones for Johnny Bravo's excellent webcam footage.
I'll literally I'll squish one of their heads. I'll poke their neck in front of everyone. Like, straight up. I don't
Poke their neck.
No, but remember, you got your
care.
business. You don't want to lose any of that.
I do it for the fact of human beings and Americans defending themselves.
That's fine, but...
Straight up. Like in Florida, the cop said, if they come to your house, shoot them. Like, they say that on the news in Florida. Yeah, but the motherfucker came and tried to...
Well, it's a little bit different. Most homeowners don't send Instagram messages to people to say, MFer's going to F around and find out, pull up on me. Most homeowners don't do that, and most homeowners don't give you their physical location to come to their home and fight them. So there's some real holes here in his theory of self-defense.
Which is wrong.
There is always a threat if he's moving. He could pull out a gun. Admit it. He could pull out a gun. Admit it. I don't know what's in his...
Okay, so it is true that he could pull out a gun if he's moving, but the one thing that Wes missed here is that he never one time says, I saw him reaching for his waist. I thought that he was a threat. No, he was coming up with a hypothetical after he had time to think about trying to cover his ass that, hey, this guy might have had a gun. After all, it's Florida and everybody's able to have a gun here except for him because he's a felon, right? So, I mean, I just think that the more he opens his mouth, the worse that he makes this for himself. What do you guys think?
His waistband? What's up, dude? You guys just quit lying. You don't know if a guy's getting up if he has a weapon. Stop fucking lying, all of you guys. Straight up. I do have a point, so quit trying to make yours, dude. Straight up. And this is not out of disrespect to you guys. It's that. No, I'm not mad at you or any of you guys. I'm mad at the fucking situation. Straight up. Yeah. But I want you guys to hear me out and say he could have had a gun and you should have You should have him up. I want you guys to say that right now. He could have pulled the gun out and you should have kicked him in the face. Straight up.
Not a good argument.
Why? Why? Dude, if someone's moving still and they've attacked me, I'm going to incapacitate them to where they're not moving so they can't shoot me. Have you ever had a gun pulled on you? I have plenty of times. And yeah.
So first of all, there was never any threat of a firearm. He's never made an allegation that the guy reached for his waistband, and he's making up these excuses later on after he realizes that the police have already seen the video footage that the victim displayed to the police outside. And we also know that there's camera footage inside the gym, apparently. So every time that this guy opens his mouth, he's basically, for lack of a better word, being disingenuous to the police, which could be giving false evidence to a police officer, depending on the state that you're in.
I got cut in my face. I thought they cut my eyeball out. The guy cut my face like this, and it was bleeding so much.
So he's talking about a previous violent encounter with someone else. So he's showing that he has a pattern in practice of constantly getting into violent altercations with people. More evidence that the police will be able to use later, because oftentimes that evidence would be precluded, right? They would say that the prejudicial effect would outweigh any value that it has in the case. But in this case, if he's admitting to it, now it's more likely that the judge is going to allow it into evidence. So this is just all really bad stuff.
But the thing is I shouldn't even explain that. You guys should be like, the dude was chilling, a guy attacked him, he got what he wanted. Yeah.
Listen, that's going to be written, and we said it.
I like your demeanor. I like how you guys all handle it. I wish I was as calm as him. If I had the calmness like this dude, I'd be better in my life. But I'm not that way. Like, so I'm trying to be a calmer dude and a better dude. That's why I'm here, and I help people for a living.
We're trying to help
Yeah,
people.
yeah,
You help people. We're trying to help people.
Yeah.
And you don't take it out on us. We're trying to prevent something.
Can somebody get a case card?
It's not working.
I wish I was this calm. I wish I was.
No, I mistake you.
That's like a superpower.
I mistake you from someone else. I remember you because the swatting incident at your house.
Yeah. But dude,
From,
I wish I was that calm. It f***ed a lot of shit up in my life by me getting fucking agitated.
But look how far you got. It's not worth you getting jammed up.
Let's stop her.
Dude, I'm down to get jammed up if people want to come fight me. But what am I supposed to do? Get victimized? And then perfectly, hey, this 7-foot guy tried to fight you. The match is over, Wes. That's not how real life works. Like, you guys all should be like, hey, that's not how real life works. Like, when real life happens and someone comes and attacks you when you're chilling, it's fight or flight. It's life or death. It's not, hey, we're in the ring squabbling. Put up your fisticuffs. That's not real. Nobody really operates like that in the heat of the moment.
Okay, but you're talking about a neighborhood hood fight versus a gym public. You know what I'm saying? Like,
no, but that was a neighborhood hood fight. That dude looked like a complete fucking.
But the thing is, you're gonna have 1 million people, 1 million cameras. This isn't a hood fight, because a hood fight, you're not gonna see any of that. It squashes there and it ends there.
Nowadays, the guy filmed it.
Yeah, he himself filmed it and he didn't tell us. But I get where you're coming from. He made a huge mistake.
As far as I know, the dude looked like a gang member who would carry a gun. If you saw a guy like that, wouldn't you think maybe he's strapped? A guy like that. Exactly. There's the word. Everybody in Miami carries a firearm.
Doesn't matter.
Dude, my car detailer's like, what's up? Like, dude. Straight up, everybody has firearms.
You're taking it to we're attacking the world now. We're trying to
Oh, in the future, like literally,
I thought you would. If it would have been excessive, right now you would have been gone.
See, my no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, 100%. This one I got anywhere, bro. This one that means what I never was. We'll be like, hey, we were talking like, hey, you fucked up. He still screwed up. He came up to you.
You should still say that on my.
No. You were if the report goes, he's gonna put that you were relaxing. The guy came up to you and started the fight, which the guy admitted that he came.
You said that you were worried that he had a gun, and that's why you continued.
Yeah, dude, the guy looked like a complete. He approached 4 people.
I'll make sure that's in the report.
I thought he had 2. How would you not think he has a firearm? Everybody in Florida.
So I'll make sure that that's in my report. He approached 4 people. So if I'm the jury or I'm the prosecutor, I'm thinking, so he's admitting that this guy had an altercation with 4 people at that gym. So there's 4 suspects now, 4 suspects. And according to the victim, and probably his footage from his iPhone will probably show that he never even threw a single punch. He was immediately attacked. And because Wes didn't immediately say, I saw him reach for his waistband and my friends saw him reaching for something that looked like a shiny object or an L-shaped object, since that was not said until later, it makes him look even more guilty because they're admitting they attacked the guy. There's footage showing he was attacked. And if the iPhone video shows that the 7-foot tall black dude never took a swing and that there was no initial complaint that they saw him reaching for the waistband, it really, really makes them look guilty criminally and civilly. And if I was a personal injury attorney in Florida, I would be begging for this guy to call me. I'd be thinking, man, I'm going to get all this exposure on YouTube for representing the dude that tried to have a fight with Wes Watson. Sure, there might be mitigating circumstances like, well, you were looking for a fight, but it's not mutual combat. Like I said earlier, guys, mutual combat or recreational immunity for a fight like a boxing match doesn't apply if 4 guys jump you and start hitting you with weights and dumbbells and weighted belts and stuff like that with chains on them or whatever. It goes out the door. And so then it becomes, okay, well, great. So the guy was a dumbass for showing up to want to fight, but he had the right to do that. And he did not volunteer to get rat packed. Let's keep listening.
Has a firearm. Everyone. I don't, because I'm a felon, so I have to fuck.
Allegedly, right.
I'm the only one who can't carry. So I have to beat the fuck out of them.
So he's gonna add that to the report what you thought. But at the end of the day, we gotta write, but we still gotta document. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm willing to go to person.
The case number will be an information
Tree landing.
at least. If we can talk to him or see if he wants
Just talk to him the out and say, hey, Wes would be your friend straight up. I wouldn't even give a
Now he wants to be his friend.
I'm trying to talk to him, okay? He was pushing, oh, I got jumped. I'm going to explain to him, he wasn't really jumped. Okay, the fight wasn't changed. It was just you guys.
So Wes is pretty strong. He f***ed you up.
But,
the whole thing is like, don't have long-ass, girly-ass hair if you don't want to get f***ing shit from me. He probably could have fought better if he didn't have that girly-ass hair.
Okay. So, other than that, if it does get put into like an assault or whatever, it's going to be referred to the state. So he himself has to go to the state attorney and present whatever evidence. And then if they reach out to you, you just present your evidence.
I wish I was as calm as all you guys. I really do.
Well, maybe if he wasn't taking stuff.
Holding his line. That's cool. I wish I was like that. I wish I was.
this is not personal, bro.
My life. That's what you guys gotta think. I have my life to lose.
So hear me out. He's gonna add that in the report that you thought you had a gun. That's it. Yeah, all right. And you take it to the state, bro. That's it. Right now, you're fine. Later, you say you're a piece in court. It is what it is. Everybody has the right to go to court, bro. All right, he made us all, bro. So.
Hey, Wes Watson. Nice
He
to
thinks
meet
he's
you
going
guys.
to get out of this.
I wish it was on different scenario.
It's like a belt. It's not.
I appreciate you, Doc. We good?
Yeah.
Right there. Thank you guys.
So stay tuned for the next episode. If you can see there, it looks like what Johnny Bravo was saying, that Wes pled out to a plea bargain for 5 years in prison. So I don't know if that's based on this case because there were other cases prior to this. So I guess the best thing that I could try to share with you guys, if you want to be influencers, I get it. Everybody wants to be an influencer now on YouTube or whatever. But my goal has always been to teach people on my spare time so they don't end up going to jail. And so you saw me cover the case with Miles. I'm sorry, strike that. With Lane Myers. You saw me now cover this case with Wes Watson. I'm sympathetic to Lane Myers because I know that he's got PTSD and I know that he's nonviolent, but he comes off as hot-headed. And so ultimately Lane also entered into a plea arrangement and he's still locked up. So a little bit different, obviously, but in this particular case, that's the story of Wes Watson. He was a guy who did some time in prison. He doesn't know how to keep his mouth shut. And it looks like him, as well as his friends, are probably going to go to jail. Now, typically a conspiracy, again, is an agreement between two or more parties. And an act in furtherance. And here we do have the act in furtherance. We have the attack. And we also have the alleged victim wanting to file charges because he felt like he got rat packed. So I think that criminally and civilly, Wes, as well as the gym owner and the other parties involved, are looking at personal liability and criminal liability. Civil personal liability in tort for personal injury, which is what I do for a living. So I'm pretty well studied in personal injury law. Now, the problem is, again, people who spend all their time at the gym probably don't have that much money. And when you sue somebody, even if they do have money, if they don't have insurance and it's an intentional tort where insurance won't cover it, as a lawyer, I look for the deep pocket. So I'm looking at the insurance policy of the gym. I know that those other defendants in a civil case are going to probably seek bankruptcy protection. They'll probably try and homestead their property, their home, and move assets around so you can't get their property. And so I would imagine that's probably what would happen in a case like this. But Wes, if he does have property like a home, because he allegedly is worth over 20 million because he brags about it all the time, what would end up happening is the bankruptcy judge probably wouldn't allow him to homestead everything and probably wouldn't allow him to move his assets around and allow this guy. And look, this guy looks like he might have a busted eye socket. He's going to claim a brain injury. If he's got a good personal injury attorney, he's going to send him out to the best neurosurgeons and brain surgeons to make sure that there's evidence of a brain injury. And this guy is sitting on a boatload or a truckload of money, like I said before, Rami. Hey, good seeing you, Canon 0311. Guys, I got to get to work, but I just wanted to kind of break down what's going on. And so in this case, there is probably criminal liability against all of them for possibly criminal conspiracy to commit assault and battery, as well as potential attempted murder. I mean, this is a really serious case here, guys. And so if that's true that he got 5 years in prison in a guilty plea, I'm not sure. We'll cover that in the next episode. But if you guys want me to keep covering the Wes Watson story, I will. It's a little extreme, but it was a teachable moment for all of us. So be safe out there, guys, when you're out there trying to become influencers. Try to be courteous, considerate, and kind to other people. Don't show up on people's channel just to try to get people to come and watch your channel. Join in and try to become part of the group and learn about the law instead of being an asshole. And with that being said, guys, make sure to like and subscribe. Make sure to save, because we never know when the thought police are going to take down this channel. Semper Fi, do or die.